Hi, good morning. Um, I wanted to talk about safety today for us. Uh, Prayers and blessings to Nancy and her family. What a horrific situation. Something that none of us would ever want to go through. And I think a lot about safety um, because I live alone. And my dad was a policeman, so he taught me things as I was growing up. And so I wanted to share those with you today because when bad things happen on a national level and everybody knows about it, it causes us all to be concerned about ourselves as well. And as it should. So these are the things that I do. Um, and it gives me a measure of um, comfort. Um, First of all, what my dad taught me, and of course, what's always true, is be aware of your surroundings, whether you're at home or you're out in public. When you drive even to the grocery store, before you get out of the car, survey the situation. See if there's anybody sitting in their car close by. Don't pull up and park next to somebody. I usually park further out from the store rather than close, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, most importantly for me, is staying out of the crush of people. Everybody wants to park close to the store so they don't want to walk. What I do is I park far away from the store where there are less cars around my car, and that would be good for not pulling up next to a van or anything like that. Now, I'm an older person, far less likely that somebody is going to try to abduct me. But I mean, it does happen, right? So be aware. And it's okay to park farther from the store. It's a nice walk, and we need the exercise. So that's how I look at that. Now, in terms of being more secure in your house, my children, God bless them, bought me a Ring camera, which is about $100 on Amazon. And additionally, once it's set up, you can get a plan as low as $11 a month. It doesn't film as much, but it films enough. And so I did have a concerning situation happen. Well, I have several, but there was a guy that walked up on my porch, big guy, all dressed in black, which is frightening. But it was during the day, and he didn't look ominous. He looked like he was confused. He walked up the stairs, he walked down, he was walking between my house and the house next to it. And he didn't seem suspicious. His movements weren't suspicious. So I just watched that, and I kept that video. Should I ever, if he ever comes back, if he comes back, I will call the police. But so far, thank goodness, he hasn't. But I would not have known about that if I did not have a Ring camera. And the Ring camera watches the front of my house from border to border. My lot's only 55 feet wide. And so that's helpful. To this point, I've had it almost 2 years, and I've never seen anybody walk on my property at night from the front. So that's good. Now, the other thing about the Ring camera is that it has a alarm that you can set at any point. So if you're in the house and somebody opens a door or a window, there's like a 5-second delay or 10-second delay, and then there's a huge, very loud alarm that goes off. So that gives me, I don't turn that on during the day. I turn it on at night before I go to bed, and I turn it off when I get up in the morning. But that's very helpful because I know that if anybody opened a window, or even if they break a window, they're not going to climb through it. They're going to reach in and unlock it and then open the window, and that would set the alarm off. So that's very comforting to me. So the Ring cameras are helpful. The one at Nancy's house was not activated, but apparently the camera watches things all the time anyway. They just don't tell the subscriber if they're not paying the bill. So we still don't know what happened with Nancy. I thought that this guy knocked on the door and she opened it, and then bad things happened. But I just saw a shot of the door, and there's a security door in front of the main door. So I don't know. Did she leave it unlocked? I don't know. Well, they're not letting us know that. But there was apparently no forced entry, so scary. The Ring camera is a really great thing. Now, also, I have solar security lights around my house on the sides and in the back and the other side. Because presently I don't have a fence. I would like to get a fence to go around the house. Have not been able to do that yet. But the lights are helpful too, because they're powered by the sun, so I'm not paying for the electricity, which would be minimal anyway. You can buy them on Amazon. They don't cost much. And what I had to do, because my house is brick and all the windows are covered in aluminum, so there's no place to put a nail, I bought the security lights that have sticky that you can put on the backs of them, and I just attached them to the tops of all the windows around my house, of which I have 8, I think. So that's really helpful. It does pick up, they're motion detectors, so they do pick up animals as well as people. And my garage is in the back of the house, and if I ever go out at night and I come back late, there is the security of knowing that if anything was coming around the side of the house that I can't see, the lights would light up, so I would have some warning that something was coming. Of course, it could be an animal, probably is. I haven't had anybody on the side of my house in 2 years. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen. So that I find very helpful, those security lights. Also, the Ring camera covers my front door, but not my side door. And so that one's the one that is more liable to be messed with. In that, I do have a porch light, which is always on that side of the house, and I have a bulb in it that you can buy at our favorite online place that everybody shops at. And it is light sensitive. So I leave the switch on, but the bulb goes on by itself at dusk and off at dawn. So no matter year round. So I don't ever have to think about that if I come home at night, or if I hear a noise, I can look out the door at night and I can see easily because that light's on, and it basically turns itself on and off. So I found that very helpful. The other thing that I do is you can also buy at our favorite store online window film, and it comes in different thicknesses, and I got the 8mm thickness because that's the most protective. And what it does is it's clear, so you can't see when it's on the door. And if you just put it on one side, what it will do is if somebody hits the door with a crowbar, or the glass with a crowbar or something, the glass would probably crack, but it won't break and fall apart. So that doesn't save the glass, but it does stop somebody from breaking the glass and reaching in and unlocking the locks and stuff like that. Now, what I do is I put it on both sides of the door, so that hopefully it won't even break the door, but it would stop somebody from getting in. And I also have storm doors, which are not much of a deterrent, but if they're locked, they're a little bit of a deterrent. So the name of the game there is have as many deterrents as possible, because usually burglars are lazy. And if they weren't lazy, they wouldn't be sneaking around people's houses in the middle of the night, although, you know, they'd get a job, right? So there's that. Now, the other thing that I've found is there is a safety launcher that looks like a gun, but it is not. And there are two companies. One is called Byrna, Byrna, and the other one was much less expensive, and it's called Sabre, Sabre. And the Byrna is the cheapest, is about $350, and the Sabre is at $179, I think. And those project pellets about 60 feet, I think, and they have tear gas or pepper spray or both in round pellets that you could hit somebody with the launcher, which looks like a pistol. And I like that because it takes the, gosh, if I shoot this gun, I could take somebody's life, and a lot of people don't want to do that, and neither do I. So these you can have the combination of the pepper spray and the tear gas, or just pepper spray, and then there's one that's completely whatever, non-lethal. But the thing is that it will incapacitate any of those that has a spray or the gas in it, will incapacitate somebody for like 30 minutes. So you're not going to kill them, but you are going to stop them, and you can call the police, and the police have plenty of time to get there. So I really like that option, because it makes me feel a little bit better than having to make the decision whether or not you might be taking somebody's life, which nobody wants to do. So I hope that is helpful. Those are all, except for the projectile launchers, which are more pricey. Everything else is $100 or less, actually. So these are really good deterrents that make me feel much safer, and would make you feel safer as well. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you have a very wonderful day, and I hope that they find Nancy today and that she is alive and well. Thank you very much, and God bless you and keep you. Bye-bye.